Guys, I am finally enjoying watching NBA basketball this season. The reason? They are finally playing defense. It's the playoffs, and these players actually care. They're actually playing defense. Throughout the regular season, it's rare for me to watch a full NBA game. Why? It's become unbearable watching street pickup basketball, wherein they just shoot threes and play lazy defense. That is so boring. NBA basketball is not supposed to be a 250-point affair. Okay? That means they're not playing defense. The All-Star game was awful this year. It's time to make a statement. Get yourself a defense is half of basketball t-shirt. So, what I have in front of you is a list of players that won the NBA championship while being on the all-defense team. And I'm going to say something shocking to you. And that is that players that make all NBA tend to win the NBA championship. Or more accurately, NBA champions tend to come from the all NBA team. Okay? So, if you will, I just want to go down this list. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to go down this list. And I'm going to look for missing seasons. Okay? So a missing season would be a season where a team won the NBA championship without an all-NBA team member on its team. Okay? So 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. Just scrolling down, 19, 18, 2007, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 99, 98. Every season, 97, 96, 95, 94, 93, 92, 91, 90, 89 is the first season wherein a team won the NBA championship without a member of the All-NBA team. Okay? Of course, Joe Dumars made it the next year. All right, so 1989, 88, 87, 86, 85, 84, 83, 82, 81, 80, 79, and 78. Okay? The Jack Sigma and Dennis Johnson Sonics and Gus Johnson and also the 78 Bullets with Unseld and Elvin Hayes. All right. Apparently, none of those fine gentlemen made the All-NBA team that year. So, just continuing to scroll, someone has made the All-NBA team that went on and won the championship, or a member of that All-NBA team that went on and won the NBA championship every single season, going all the way back. Wow, I'm down into the 50s now. All the way back to 1950. This is not earth-shattering news. All right? So, I'm gonna change the parameter, and instead of the All-NBA team, I'm gonna pick a member of the All-Defense team, which is only about 54 years old. Okay? So here we've got a list of the NBA team, the representatives of the all-defense team that won the NBA championship that year. All right. So we've got last year was an exception. Okay. The Nuggets did not have a member of the All-Defense team, and much to my surprise, did not have one this year. Okay. KCP actually came close, but he didn't make the cut. All right. So scrolling down, 22, 21, 19, 18, 17, 16. Okay, 16 was an exception. Okay, LeBron James had made it 2 years prior, but he did not make it. But the 16 Cavs did not make it, so that's 2 seasons. Okay. 11, 12, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. 2006. Okay, Dwayne Wade's Miami Heat. But of course, D Wade, you can't see it on this list, but D Wade was all defense. I believe the very next year or the year prior. Okay, so that's 3 seasons. Okay, 2005, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 99, 98. 97, 96, 95. Okay, 1995, Hakeem Olajuwon did not make the all-defense team in 1995. Okay? But he did the year before, and he did the year after. Okay? So that's 4 seasons. Okay? 94, 93, 92, 91, 90, 89, 88, 87, 86, 85, 84, 3, 2, 81. Okay? Larry Bird's Boston Celtics did not have a member of the all-defense team, oddly. Okay? But of course, Larry Bird was all defense the next year and the following 3 years. Okay? So what is that? 5 seasons. 78. Very odd year, that 1978 season. Okay? The Bullets. Washington Bullets. And 75, that's Rick Barry's Golden State Warriors. That team, Jamal Wilkes, or named Keith Wilkes at the time, he would go on to make the all-defense team a couple years later. Okay, but that's 6 seasons. 75, so 74, 3, 2, 71, 70, 1969. So in all but, I believe, 6 seasons, a member of the all-defense team won the NBA championship. It is just as valuable, okay, almost just as valuable as is making the all-NBA team. It is almost as impactful as is making the all-NBA team. Okay? So why am I sharing this with you? I'm sharing this with you because I want to kind of give you a synopsis of why I decided that Kobe Bryant was the GOAT. What was my thought process? What was the smoking gun evidence that convinced me that Kobe was the GOAT? Because right there, I'm going to show you, this is a Facebook post that I did in, I believe, 2014. And as you see, I have Kobe ranked 4th. Okay? So something changed my mind. Okay? Something changed my mind. And what changed my mind was when I started to ask myself, not who had the most accolades, but what components in a player's game tend to translate to championships. Okay? And what I settled on was basically just common sense, just offense, defense, and then I added intangibles, but a little later on. But I mean, it just basically came down to, I asked myself, well, who has won the scoring title? Who has been a great defender? And who has chips? Okay? Because not having one of those is a pretty strong indictment that you are not the best player of all time. I mean, if you've never been all defense, if you don't have a chip, and if you don't have a scoring title, at least one, it's really, really hard to say, okay, well, I'm the best ever. Well, how could you be? You don't have a scoring title. Okay? So this was my thought process. And then I that narrowed the selection down to about 4 players. Okay? I believe was it 4 or 5 players? So that narrowed it down to Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, LeBron James, and I believe Wilt Chamberlain. I think Wilt Chamberlain did make one all-defense team, but obviously he would have made the all-defense team at least a couple of times, had there been one during the 60s. So that narrowed it down to about 4 or 5 players. Okay. So which of these 4 or 5 players is the best player of all time? Okay. And so that's where this list came in. When I came to realize how impactful defense was, that essentially you really can't win the NBA championship without a great defender. You can win without a great offensive player, but you really can't win it without a great defender. Right. So I compiled a list of the players in NBA history that had, I was attempting to ascertain, which players had the most seasons wherein they were elite on both sides of the ball. So I had to determine, well, what does elite mean? Okay. Well, roughly a top 10 scorer. Okay. Top 10 scorer generally is gonna, that's enough to say that you are a major or significant or elite scorer in the league. And now there is no way to filter for scoring rank that I know of on StatHead. But what I tended to notice when I looked at the top 10 list, that number 10 selection, that number 10 slot, tended to come in at around 23, 24, 25 points a game. Okay. Obviously in different eras when there's more offense, like now, I think the number 10 scorer in the league is at about 26 points a game right now. But to come up with a fair sort of floor, if you will, for what would constitute an elite score, I picked 24. Sometimes I do 25, sometimes I do 24. But 24 points a game and all defense. Okay? So these are the players that have accomplished that the most seasons. Okay? And you'll notice that Kobe is at the top of that list, but the point that I want to make before we go into the fact that Kobe is at the top of that list is if you count up the titles that this list of players has, okay, going only back to 1969, this list of players has more titles than there have been NBA seasons. Okay? Not saying that somebody on this list has won every championship, but this list of players has more titles than there have been NBA seasons since 1969. So this list of players has 60 titles. Okay? So you may say, well, you're looking at a list of pretty much the greatest players of all time. Of course they have the title. Okay, I got it. Okay. Here's where it gets interesting. I used this graphic in an earlier video. The Pippen is more impactful than O'Neal video. And this is a list of players in NBA history that averaged 30 points per 100 possession, and the number of times that they did it during their seasons, that have also never made the all-defense team. Okay? So this is a list of players that have now, I mean, that number changes, obviously. 30 points per 100 possessions. I think like 16 or 17 players did that in the 2006 season, and a bunch of people did it this year. But I was trying to get a good number that's going to show, that you've been a very good offensive player. And I tried to find a number that, would translate across different eras. I don't know if I accomplished that, but this is a pretty good number of very good offensive players. Okay? This is a very good list of very good offensive players that never made the all-defense team. Okay, so at the top of the list, you've got Dirk, and at the bottom, you've got Mark Aguirre, LaMarcus Aldridge, Reggie Miller, Ricky Pierce, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so you've got Patrick Ewing, Ray Allen, and highlighted are the players that actually have a title. Okay? Of the names on this list, only 3 of these players have one title. Even one. These are the greatest offensive players. These are the greatest one-way offensive players in NBA history. Just a quick caveat. This is a list of retired players. Okay? And the reason I only pick retired players is because, in theory, a player that is still playing can win a chip. Think Kyrie Irving. Okay, so I know about Kevin Durant. At the point at which this was produced, Carmelo Anthony hadn't retired. Okay, so yeah, but these are only retired players. Okay, I think the point still stands. Carmelo doesn't have a chip. Kyrie has one, but he played with a player that had been all defense. And of course, Kevin Durant has 2 chips, both playing with Draymond Green. Okay? So, just want to let you know that. All right? And their problem is that they didn't play with a great defender. Almost none of them led a team to a championship. And these highlighted examples, they played with a great defender. Okay? So why do I say all that? I say that because this is, well, first of all, let me say this. This is why I'm unimpressed with LeBron's seasons, wherein he puts up a lot of stats and does not make the all-defense team. Now, 15 of his 21 seasons, LeBron James has put up a tremendous stat line. Let's take out his rookie year. So, for 14 seasons, LeBron James has made the all-NBA team, basically based on his offense. Okay? And I just look at NBA history and I ask myself, how impactful are such seasons? They are not. They are not very impactful. Okay? So what brings me back? So this brings me back to Kobe. When the elite two-way players have all the championships, now I'm asking myself, who's got the most of those seasons? And that is Kobe being Bryant. And this is why I say Kobe is the greatest singular component to a championship team in NBA history. Okay?